אנחנו בשיעור בנושא פסח, נקרא קטעים נבחרים מה...
Hello, we're in a lesson on the topic of Passover. We are reading selected excerpt. The title is For Lack of Spirit and for Hard Work. We're in item 111.
111, right. We think that Passover is actually some special period, special time. Of course it is, but it is the closest thing to us, because here's where the spiritual work begins, the entry into feeling the upper world and the revelation of the Creator. And the whole process we've been through thus far, up to the entry into Passover, was not a process. It seemingly didn't yield any fruits that are visible, whereas now we are entering more tangibly, in a way that is more palpable, into connection between us and from between us to the Creator, so that all of those states, we call them the Exodus from Egypt, the holiday of Passover. So what is connected specifically to us is that this whole holiday symbolizes the beginning of the connection that there is in that broken vessel of Adam HaRishon, which the Creator deliberately broke. And we are beginning to collect the pieces and reconnect them together into one vessel, where accordingly the Creator is revealed. And we want to do it between us, and for the first time, actually in history, to do it here and now in this world. It's a very, very, it may seem unrealistic to us. Who are we, after all? But this is what is happening. The Creator is operating on us. We only need to agree with everything that will happen, to accept it as a blessing. Our whole work is called the work of the Creator, not the work of Bnei Baruch or someone else's work. Only the work of the Creator. In other words, we want, agree, ask, and expect that He will connect us and fill us with His quality. This will be called the upper world. And then we will see all of reality, the corporeal and the spiritual, as one that governs everything. So please, sir.
Item 111. In the work of the Creator, when a person begins to do the work of bestowal and thinks that according to the order of the work, each day there should be progress, he says that it is worthwhile to continue with this work of bestowal, because he's certain to learn this profession of knowing how to do everything only for the sake of the Creator. But when he sees that after some time of exerting in this job, not only did he not progress, but he even regressed, his body tells him, "You're wasting energy in this occupation. This job is not for you. This job requires special skills and a brave heart
אמיצי לב, ולכן לך
Go and find another occupation
תעבוד
like everyone
כל
else,
הכלל, ואל
and do not be an exception.
תצא מהכלל. נמצא
It follows that this is called hard work,
היות שבכל עבודה שהוא רוצה להתאמץ
since in any work, when he wants to exert and walk on the work of bestowing, the body does not let him work by resisting him with just arguments.
ובאמת בתוך הדעת
And indeed, within reason, it is absolutely right.
נמצא
It follows that the slander he hears from his body
זה מכביד עליו
makes the work heavy on him,
והיא שנקראת עבודה.
which is why it is called hard work.
לא שומעים? שוב?
We don't hear you, Rav? Again? Okay. 111 again.
עבודת השם
In the work of the Creator,
מתחיל לעבוד
when a person begins to do the work of bestowal
וחושב לפי
and
סדר
thinks that according to the order of the work, each day there should be progress.
אז האדם אומר
He says that it's worthwhile to continue with this work of bestowal because he is certain to learn this profession of knowing how to do everything only for the sake of the Creator.
לשם שמיים. מה שאין כן, כשהוא רואה
But when he sees that after some time of exerting in this job,
ולא די שהוא לא מתקדם,
not only did he not progress,
אז הגוף אומר
but he even regressed.
חבל על הכוחות שאתה משקיע
His body tells him, you're wasting energy in this occupation.
בשבילך.
This job is not for you.
כי לעבודה זו
This job requires special skills
ובעלי אמיצי לב,
and a brave heart.
לך
Go and find another occupation
תעבוד
like everyone else,
כל הכלל
and do not be an exception.
יוצא מהכלל. נמצא שזה נקרא עבודה קשה, היות
It follows that this is called hard work,
רוצה להתאמץ וללכת
since in any work, when he wants to exert and walk on the work of bestowing, the body does not let him work by resisting him with just arguments.
ובאמת
And indeed, within reason, it is absolutely right.
נמצא שהלשון הרע, מה שהוא שומע מהגוף
It
שלו,
follows that the slander he hears from his body
העבודה, והיא שנקראת
makes the work heavy on him, which is why it is called hard work.
Salam. Is hard work a permanent thing or a periodic station?
It's temporary. It's a period until we begin to have contact, connection with the Creator, with the upper world. When we begin to understand where we really need to be, where we should yearn, how, when we get some appreciation of all of our labor, then accordingly the work becomes not work but actually pleasure, a delight. But in the beginning, it's unclear. We have to make efforts by time, by an alarm clock, following like alarm clocks. All kinds of things that remind us that we have to get back to thoughts about bestowal, that we have some connection with the friends, with the Creator, that specifically in the connections between us, we will discover the upper force. We don't really feel it. That's the problem, because we are feeling beings, and we don't feel that there is a connection between the spiritual world and what we are doing. But after some time, it disappears, this lack of connection. And we begin to understand and feel more and more, to detect that there really is a connection, that we are influencing the Creator, the upper world, through the friends. And in this way, we will advance.
What if the person sees that he is regressing every day?
So he needs to check in what exactly is he regressing. Perhaps it's because he had all kinds of selfish tendencies of this world. And if they come off of him, if he's in a descent, then it's actually not that he's not progressing, it's actually advancement, maybe values. Perhaps all his life he's been living with values that are completely not spiritual, and now he's gradually replacing them with spiritual values. So sometimes when he remembers his previous values, then it seems to him like he's going down, that it's disappearing from him, and etc., etc. The important thing is to continue in several essential things: connection with the study, connection with the friends, and to constantly, every single day, try to open another article, another part in the spiritual work, and in this way see yourself.
Так, а что значит, что мы будем видеть эту связь? Все-таки вот мы...
What does it mean that we will see this connection? Let's say we're approaching connection in the 10. What do we see?
We need to come to a state where we, in the 10, discover the connection between us. And the most important is the quality of the connection between us, because by this we will begin to discover the qualities of the spiritual vessel. It is the connection between Keter, Chokhmah, Binah, Chesed, Gvurah, Tiferet, Netzachot, Yisod, Malchut, the connection between these discernments, these phases, these sfirot. And then we will begin to understand how we are connected to each other, and to what extent we can change or be changed by changing these connections. And then we truly enter as if into space. When we fly in a spaceship, or to the extent that we change the relationships between us, each one toward the others, accordingly we are basically governing our ship. And this is how we are advancing toward feeling the Creator.
Item 112. A person should believe that in truth he is making progress. And the reason he sees that each time he is more immersed in self-love,
במצב יותר גרוע.
and that now he is worse off,
שהוא נמצא במצב של
meaning in a state of lowliness that is worse than when he began the work of bestowal,
כי אני
is because for I have burdened his heart.
שהשם מגלה לו כל
In other words, the Creator shows him each time what it means not to work for one's own benefit,
לתועלת השם.
but only for the sake of the Creator.
נמצא בזה שהשם
By the Creator letting a person know the meaning of not working for himself.
בזה האדם רואה
By this, one sees how this is truly against nature.
מטעם שהאדם
Since man was created with a desire to receive for his own sake,
ועתה הוא רוצה
and now he wants to do something
שהוא
that is against nature.
הטבע. לכן נקרא זה
And this is why it is called
קשה.
hard work.
זו באמת עבודה קשה, כי אם כולי...
It really is hard work, because if all of me, all of my desire, my nature, my habits are all about how to do something for my own sake, automatically, instinctively,
ופתאום אני צריך לבדוק
and suddenly I have to see how I do things that are opposite.
עבודה קשה,
So, of course, it's hard work and it's unpleasant and it's repulsive, and I don't know
מה לעשות?
what to do
איכשהו
in order to somehow
לבצע את זה.
advance toward doing it, on the one hand.
השני,
On the other hand,
לא לברוח,
not to run away,
לא לברוח מהעבודה.
not to run away from the work, from the efforts.
איך אדם יכול לעשות
How can a person do something
שהוא לא רוצה?
that he doesn't want to?
אז אומרים לנו, אם
So
אתה נכנס
we are told, if you come into a group
אליה,
and connect to it,
ועל ידי זה אתה מושך,
and by this
המאור
you
מחזיר
are
למוטב,
pulling the reforming light, you're drawing the reforming light,
המאור
then this light corrects you,
פתאום רוצה לעשות
and you will suddenly want to do things, to be in states
קודם לא רצית,
that you previously didn't want,
נגד האגו שלך.
that were previously against your ego, and now you agree with it,
כי המאור שמאיר לך,
because the light that shines on you gives you
של
an appreciation of the qualities of bestowal
כמו שלא היה קודם,
that you didn't have before.
אתה מסכים.
This is why you agree.
זה נקרא המאור
This is
המחזיר
called
למוטב.
the reforming light.
Dudi, please. Rob, you said before that we're kind of sailing in a spaceship inside the 10. What makes us from being managed to managers?
The fact that we check the relationships between us and want to change them all through unity.
ומבקשים, מתפללים,
And we ask and pray
ניכנס לאיחוד יותר ויותר.
to come into an increasing connection between unity between us.
Another question. What turns the hard work to easy work, to enjoyable work?
It's all according to their desire. It's all according to their desire. There are such works in the world that seem to me very difficult. But if I get some drive to do them, or I feel that I will receive some special payment in return for them, then the work becomes easy. It's just like he says about the suitcase, right? If you take a suitcase of an important person, then it doesn't seem heavy to you. It all depends on the appreciation. And the appreciation depends on the number of people in the group or on the society in general, and how much they appreciate and how much they all want to recognize the greatness of where they are, of where they are. Yes, Gilad.
Rabbi says here in the beginning, a person should believe that he is making progress, even though he sees that he's not.
Because in the beginning of the way, he doesn't see that he's advancing, although he is, because he still has the old values of advancement. And this is why he only needs to believe that he really actually is making progress.
What is this instruction you should believe? If he's told, invest in the 10 regardless of what you see, that's clear. But what is this concept of one should believe?
Should believe, meaning you should take into consideration not your own values, but the values that are above you. Teachers, friends, veterans, see how they measure their work and their advancement. And if you do the same, you will see that you are actually rising. Latin 13.
Buenos días. La pregunta es, el trabajo duro es
The question is, the work that's difficult is like a compass. The question is, how can we help each other make this step of shutting our eyes and taking upon ourselves the burden of the kingdom of heaven?
Yeah, there are such steps in spirituality, in the spiritual work, where we have to close our eyes, not make any calculations, but seemingly move mechanically without any feelings, because all our work is actually against our feelings, against our will to receive. And therefore, sometimes we have to do this. How do we nevertheless advance here? First of all, we help each other. This is one of the rules. When I look at others and envy, lust, and honor pull me to be like them, like my friends. Besides, as RABASH writes in the social articles, we need to set an example to each other that we are working and working willingly and persistently in order to awaken in the friends those qualities. This is what we need to do. And also, when we get together, we need to talk about the greatness, the importance of our work, where out of the entire planet, which is like a spaceship, only we are in governing it, in running it, in driving it toward the right goal. Our small group, French one.
Bonsoir Rav, bonsoir les amis. Pour que le travail ne soit pas difficile, comment recevoir des forces de la dizaine, bien que ce soit un groupe virtuel?
Hello friends. So the work is not difficult. How can we receive strength from the 10? So the work will not be difficult. Rav, in order for this work not to be difficult, you have to divide the work among the entire group. And you don't do this division by yourselves. Rather, you connect among you. And when you study together, talk with each other, and try to move forward together, the work becomes divided among everyone according to the character, strength, and other qualities of each and every one. This is what you need to do. to create such a connection of your work so it is divided between you by itself. And then it won't be difficult and you'll reach the goal quickly. Michael, you said that in the work and connection in the 10, we also have to draw reforming light. What is this action? When we connect in the 10 in order to draw reforming light, so the upper light will influence us and change us. It changes, not only advances and pull us as if by a string, but that it will change us, change our qualities. This is what we expect from the influence of the reforming light. Michael, is this a desirable result from the connection? Rav, yes. Michael, so when we want to connect, what is this addition for the result to be connection and that the light will influence us? The two, I can't reconcile the two.
It does. The result will be as connection between us, and then the light that shines on all of us will be as a single light, and it will advance us together to become as one man and one heart.
קטע 113.
Next, Gilad.
Excerpt 113.
מעבודה דלהשפיע, אלא שמשוקע
When a person feels how far he is from the work of bestowal, and that he is immersed in self-love, this is a revelation from above.
היינו,
Now, this work becomes harder, meaning that once he was notified from above, the meaning of for the sake of the Creator and not for his own sake, now his work has become harder. However, a person thinks that now he has become worse than when he began to work in order to bestow, as though he himself has become worse now. At that time, a person must believe that this is not so. Rather, he advanced toward the truth by the Creator notifying him his real situation. It follows that through the work, when he began to do this work, which now seems to him as hard work, it is because the Creator has turned to him, because now he is in a better state than when he was still not involved in work of bestowal.
Right, even though today it's difficult for him as opposed to before to make actions of bestowal and connection, meaning the more we advance, and to advance means to truly advance in understanding and appreciating our work, and through connection between us and the Creator. So the work seems more difficult, heavy, incomprehensible, while intermittently we also feel the opposite. That certainly there is success in progress towards connection and recognition of the Creator, revealing the nature of the force that works on us. All of it needs to be sorted out, not just according to what we see, but according to what the Kabbalists teach us about how we should properly interpret what we're going through. And sometimes when the Creator turns to you, you feel worse. And when you turn to the Creator, you feel some relief and something is better. And relief is not that you now feel that you can do something. Rather, relief could be that you now recognize that submitting yourself to surrendering to the Creator is the form of progress. So, there are different kinds of aspects of every state here. Turkey 5.
Selamlar Rav.
Hello,
Çalışmanın
Rav.
zor koşullar olsa da gurur, inat ve benzeri niteliklerimizi de dahil edip çalışmaya bir şekilde devam ediyoruz. Fakat
Even though
ve tüm
in practice there are difficulties and complicated situations in our work, we continue to work and try to incorporate and try to surrender, subjugate our pride, our stubbornness. But there's always the question, where's the real work? Is what we're doing on this path, is this the right thing, and are we making progress? Are we actually giving contentment to the Creator? This question keeps about the truth in the work, about the process we do. This question constantly exists in us. Is it good, not good? Is it correct or not?
The more we bring our hearts closer together to each other, so that the Creator can then fulfill the common heart. By that, we bring contentment to the Creator. And accordingly, He can give us, inside the common heart, the sensation of the true reality. Altogether, all of reality, still vegetative, animate, speaking, everything that exists on all the stars and planets, doesn't matter what and where, we don't even really know what's really going on, even just under our feet. We will discover through that how the Creator governs everything in a way that is translucent, we can say. That it goes through all of those celestial bodies and galaxies and everything. And how can we be connected to each other above that and manage the whole universe as it was all created for us? And so that's how we can see all of nature the Creator created, that it's all to our benefit. Women Turkey 1.
Selam Rav, selam Dünya Kilisi. Rav, ıslah eden ışık niteliklerimizi değiştirir mi?
Hello, Rav. Is a reforming light, does it change our qualities or only exposes and reveals them?
Changes them and brings closer and connects qualities together so that we ultimately work as one man and one heart. Okay, Gilad, go ahead.
Excerpt number 114. Our sages said, "He who comes to purify is aided." And since what is given from above is a complete thing, a person must have a complete kli, vessel, meaning a complete lack, called a complete kli, in which the whole of the light may enter. It follows that the Creator reveals the bad to a person in order to help him. That is, since there is no light without a kli, when the bad is not revealed to the fullest, he still does not have a complete kli. We can interpret complete kli to mean complete desire for his help. Since as long as the evil is not revealed, a person sometimes says that if he overcomes, he will certainly be able to achieve the work of bestowal. Also, sometimes he says that the Creator cannot help him either. Hence, when a person exerts in the work of bestowal, the powers he has invested do not let him escape the campaign. And each time he gets
Read again.
There's a difference here between the Hebrew and the English. Again, our sages said, he who comes to purify is aided. And since what is given from above is a complete thing, a person must have a complete kli, vessel, meaning a complete lack, called a complete kli, in which the whole of the light may enter. It follows that the Creator reveals the bad to a person in order to help him. That is, since there is no light without a kli, when the bad is not revealed to the fullest, he still does not have a complete kli. We can interpret complete kli to mean complete desire for his help. Since as long as the evil is not revealed, a person sometimes says that if he overcomes, he will certainly be able to achieve the work of bestowal. Also, sometimes he says that the Creator cannot help him either. Hence, when a person exerts in the work of bestowal, the powers he has invested do not let him escape the campaign. And each time he gets a greater need for the help of the Creator. It follows that the hard work itself was the cause that he would cry out to the Creator to help him. Okay, now he read the whole excerpt.
Turkey 3.
Okay, Turkey 3.
Thank you, dear Rav. My friend is asking, when I think within reason, I see it as hard work. What new tactic should the 10 add to its faith above reason to ease the hard work?
To see the work the way a person sees it, and then see the work the way the group sees it, where we're all connected, and see the difference between this and that. Understood? Then you'll see that it's not that difficult, because it's written, one shall help his friend. Kiev 1.
Да, дорогой Раф, тут по отрывку так.
Yes, dear Rav, according to the excerpt, it seems like the Creator deliberately creates in us the vessel by bringing us obstructions so as to create in us a request from him. On the other hand, you once said that RABASH said you cannot acquire a desire. There is no such pharmacy where you can buy it. So who is responsible on building the right request? Is it the Creator, or should a person build it?
No. В соответствии с
Everything is done by the Creator. However, to the extent of man's efforts.
So, where are our efforts in building the request?
In the connection between us, the unity, yes.
К тому, чтобы Творец нам помог, чтобы мы обратились к Нему вместе все.
That the Creator will help us, that we will turn to Him together, all of us, out of a single desire, a single heart. And He will reveal all of that to us and help us.
Так это действует.
That's how it works.
1:15. Specifically, when all the bad is revealed, there is a complete kli, vessel, in which a complete light can shine. From the above, we see why the Creator hardened his heart, meaning that the heart, called desire, resisted the work of bestowal more forcefully each time. The reason is that we need hard work, for only through the suffering of hard work, these sufferings induce an outcry to the Creator with a complete desire that He will help him emerge from the rule of Pharaoh, king of Egypt. That is, specifically from the state of lowliness, when a person feels that he is worse off than all the other people, it pushes him to cry out to the Creator with all his heart to help him.
Ну, תקרא שוב.
I'll read again.
Again, 1:15. Specifically, when all the bad is revealed, there is a complete kli, vessel, in which a complete light can shine. From the above, we see why the Creator hardened his heart, meaning that the heart, called desire, resisted the work of bestowal more forcefully each time. The reason is that we need hard work, for only through the suffering of hard work, these sufferings induce an outcry to the Creator with a complete desire that He will help him emerge from the rule of Pharaoh, king of Egypt. That is, specifically from the state of lowliness, when a person feels that he is worse off than all other people, it pushes him to cry out to the Creator with all his heart to help him.
Doesn't matter where we came from, nation, tongue, or land. Heart to heart we sing this song, marching hand in hand. One by one we're entering the palace of the King. Side by side in harmony we sing. Here we are embracing, we have gathered here again. Say goodbye to trouble, bid farewell to pain. Come and see our brothers reach and touch your soul. All day in happiness we call. You made it, how great now you're here. We made it and there's no more fear. We made it and love will fill our voice. All is one you. I want to feel what you feel. I want to sing to you. I want to cling to you. I want to make this love real. You and me are one clean. And that's how the world's gonna be. Every wrong, everyone climbing the ladder to freedom. I wanna walk with you. I wanna talk with you. I want to know what you mean. I want to give with you. I want to live with you. I want to dream what you dream. You and me are one being. And that's how the whole world's gonna be. Every wrong, everyone climbing the ladder to freedom, climbing the ladder with me. I wanna care with you. I wanna dare with you until we see through the dark. Please take this selfish thirst and make the universe just like the point in our